Iga Swiatek is going to face Amanda Anisimova in the final. Curiously, Chris, these two have not met before. So the head-to-head is 0-0. So there's a bit of kind of intrigue there in terms of the fact that they've never kind of faced off before. The fact this is going to be in a Grand Slam final where Anisimova has never been here before, whereas Swiatek has been here on multiple occasions and she's never lost a Grand Slam final. I mean, is this going to come down to who manages the occasion and the experience because of that contrast, or do you think Anisimova's tennis can disrupt Iga Swiatek?
I think it's probably the worst possible matchup for an Anisimova because Iga is now hitting big. She's also one of the best movers on the tour, and she's not really missing. So it's a bit different from Sabalenka, where the margins are a bit lower. Iga's hitting big with bigger margin, and she's getting every ball back. So it's not a good matchup, even though they haven't played before. They did play in like Junior Fed Cup or something. It emerged today. Not sure we can read into that one.
Go quite a while back there.
Yeah, I mean, the early teens. I'm sure that Iga was very good then too. But having said that, an inspired performance from someone like Anisimova, her talent level could do something. I do just think that this is a really bad matchup because Iga is playing so well. She is so confident. And when she is confident, we've seen her just absolutely destroy people in finals. And when she's not confident, we've seen her be destroyed by Coco Gauff in Madrid. But it's a very different Iga. We're back to the normal Iga, I think. And in terms of their game styles, I'm not sure I can necessarily see a way unless Anisimova is just playing the best tennis she's ever played. Perfection when it comes to just winners for fun, seeing it like a football, but those days don't happen all the time and very rarely on finals day.
Yeah, and it's always, I think, tricky to back up a big win. That would have taken a lot of effort and energy out of Anisimova. 2.5+ hours versus Swiatek, who didn't really need to break a sweat and get out of first gear against Bencic. So I do wonder if that also comes to play. And perhaps there is an argument to say, actually, Chris, with Swiatek, does she actually pare it back a bit and maybe go to kind of those hold, aggressive, extreme kind of topspin on the tennis court? Because I feel like that approach maybe would disrupt Anisimova more than maybe kind of this sort of more flatter approach or flatter shots that we're seeing, playing with a bit more speed. Because I do actually wonder if she does do that, whether that might actually play into Anisimova's hands a bit more.
Yeah, I think definitely that's possible. I also think that going back behind Anisimova, moving her around is really important. Anisimova's not the best mover, much better than she used to be, but I don't think Sabalenka really did move her around enough and boss her around the court. It was quite one side, other side. It wasn't necessarily the point construction that maybe Iga could do by getting a lot of work on the ball. There were some really great short shots that were hit by Sabalenka where she got some great angles, but it's really about opening up the court, and then Anisimova will have to pick a side, and then that gives you the chance to really attack. So I think it's less about how hard you hit. I don't think you want to give her the hardest ball in the world, as you've said.
Yep.
But I do think it's a bit like Sharapova. You've got to get her on the move, and you've got to get her feeling a little bit uncomfortable and guessing which way you're going to go.
You got to get her on the move. Exactly. Right. We're going to, before we finish today, we're going to very quickly look at tomorrow, day
Are we not
12.
doing predictions? Come on, Joel.
We will do women's predictions tomorrow.
We've got to do it now.
Actually, we've got to. Okay, we've got to do it now. Okay.
I'll never be more prepared than I will be now, Joel.
Okay. Ladies final. Anisimova, Swiatek. Name of winner and number of sets.
I think Iga's going to win it in 2.
I'm going to go Swiatek in 3.
Okay.
But I'm doing that for the sake of being different, I think.
And also because you said Anisimova for the final, not the winner.
Exactly.
And you don't get gloating rights if she doesn't lose, unfortunately.
Yes.
But, I mean, we hope it's going to be a great contest. I think we do tend to get these sort of surprise finalists. And will the Americans make it, 3 in a row? That's a big question for the American audiences. But
I mean, it's never happened
tell.
before. It's never happened before. A sweep of different players from the same nation winning the 4 Grand Slams. So if Anisimova does do the unthinkable, that potentially
history
could be
will be made
going into the home slam, the US Open, which would be a fascinating narrative. But let's wait and see.